Gamescom, seid ihr da? Ja, ich liebe es, ich liebe es. Ich habe es vermisst. Ich hoffe, ihr habt es auch vermisst. Gestern war es noch ein bisschen leer, aber heute sieht es schon viel, viel besser aus. So muss es sein. Wir haben heute besondere Gäste hier am Start. Und zwar haben wir Sam am Start.
Das bin ich, hi.
Und wer ist dieser mysteriöse Mann? Es ist Brode. Ja, genau. Aber jetzt denken Sie so einfach, okay, wir haben jetzt einfach nur mitgesagt, aber wer ist das genau? Who are you exactly? And now I'm gonna tell them, du bist der Chief Director und Officer und Co-Creator von Marvel Snap. I think you understood what I said.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, of course. And former Game Director, ehemaliger Game Director von Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Du bist hier. You are here because you wanna show us the new stuff, Marvel Snap. It's now on Steam.
Yes.
And it's great. It's a great card game. I talked with so many people in the company from us. Our colleagues were
They're all addicted.
We're all addicted from a smartphone game. My first impression was, oh no, it's a mobile game again. I thought, oh, it's a good mobile game. It's great.
Like the first good mobile game ever.
Yeah, and you have a new trailer for this game.
Yes.
You want to show it us now?
Yeah, please, yeah.
Please, okay.
It's our best ever.
Yes.
Yeah, I can admit it. Show us.
It gives me chills.
Yeah,
Epic.
it's good.
It's really, really good.
It's great art style and it shows what the game is about. Not really, but it shows the art style and I think it's great because every card from the Marvel universe has different styles. We have Deadpool. Okay, we have standard Deadpool, but Deadpool can be cartoony. Deadpool can wacky like a 50s cartoon. Squirrel Girl can be a magical girl. She can be anime and it's something. Everything. It's great. And the music, I gotta say, admit it's gorgeous. Like you said, it's one of the best trailer you have dropped, and I'm so glad that you're here because in Germany we would say you are a huge number, a große Hausnummer. You're a great digit.
A big player, maybe.
Big player. Yeah, you're a big player in this industry, and it's great to have you here. So, is this the first time here in Germany?
No, I've been to Gamescom several times.
Several times?
Yeah, the first time it was in Leipzig.
Oh, it's a games convention.
Yeah, was it called different?
Yeah, it was a different name.
Oh, yeah.
Same, different, still same.
I was demoing the World of Warcraft trading card game there in 2005.
Oh, okay.
And then I came back to Gamescom in Cologne in 2016 for Hearthstone. And so now I'm back here for Marvel Snap after many years. It's awesome to be here. There's nothing like this place.
How do you like Germany?
I love it. First of all, everyone else is messing up that doesn't have currywurst. Like, it is so good here.
Really?
It's so good.
And let me think. You don't have currywurst?
There are places in America that say they have currywurst.
Yeah.
It's not even close. It's very disappointing. I've tried. I've been everywhere. Once you have currywurst, you must have it all the time, I've discovered.
Okay.
You just can't get it in it.
Where in Germany you do get the best currywurst?
So I go. I was told the best currywurst is in the train station, so that's where I go to get it.
Yeah, it's kind of true.
Yeah.
For Hamburg, they say that the best one is on the Reeperbahn directly. It's just a small booth, but
gosh,
I've heard it's the best.
It is so good. I will go anywhere for currywurst.
Oh. Maybe
do they have currywurst around here at the Gamescom?
I went over to the train station near the cathedral, and there's a place in there that's got fantastic.
What do you think of how we get him here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you please tell our audience what is Marvel Snap? I just said, okay, it's a mobile game, but it's a card collecting game, and it's award-winning game. So last year at the Game Awards, I have to say, I was pretty glad that you won the game, because I played the game and said, it has to win this game, because I'm damn addicted. It's so good, and it won, and it's just not won the Game Awards. It's won so many things.
Yeah.
And, please pitch us, tell us, what is it?
Okay, yes. So I love collectible card games. I've been playing them since I was a young child. Marvel Snap is my favorite one. Actually, it's so much fun. It's incredibly fast. It takes on average 3 minutes to play a game of Marvel Snap. It's like instantaneous.
Yeah. My problem is, I'm laying in bed and play. Okay, one game. Well, I won. Yeah, one more.
Just
one more.
Yeah,
one
so
more.
quick.
It's 2 a.m.
It's also incredibly easy to learn, right? Which is really hard to make a game that you can dedicate an enormous number of time, like hours to, but also anybody can get in with just almost no effort. It's so easy to learn the game. And that combination of being really, truly easy to learn and truly difficult to master, it's not that easy to do, but being that fast, having that much depth, it's so much fun. Plus, it's a Marvel game, right? So it's got all the incredible Marvel characters.
Yeah, but you don't have to be Marvel fan. I have friends they are not Marvel fans. They don't like Marvel really much, but they like the game.
Yeah, this game will turn you into a Marvel fan.
Yeah.
Everybody has like an entry point into the Marvel universe, right? Whether it's comic books or the movies or TV shows or old cartoons or whatever. But a lot of people have grown to love characters like the Infinite and Moon Girl from Marvel Snap.
Oh, Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
So when came the snap, the eureka moment during the development? When did you say, okay, that's the right formula. This is our game. This will be one of the best games on the market.
Well, I mean, we had a eureka moment after eureka moment after eureka moment, actually. The first one...
Sounds like fun. It's good.
It was great. We were very blessed. So the first moment was before we even started working on the game.
When did you start?
We started in 2018, right after we left Blizzard.
Okay.
So it was me and the guy who was my boss on the Hearthstone team. We left together to start Second Dinner. And the first thing he said was, I've always wanted to play a game, a turn-based strategy game that uses the backgammon doubling cube. And I was like, well, hey, that's really interesting. In fact, we could test that right now. So we played Hearthstone, and he asked me every turn of the game, would you double the cube? Would you double the stakes of the game? Or, or if your opponent doubled you, would you retreat? Mm-hmm. And we said, this mechanic is fantastic. In that moment, we said, we have to build a game like this. And the snap mechanic, which is the game is named Marvel Snap. The snap mechanic is that mechanic. You can double the stakes of the game. And if your opponent retreats, then they don't double. But if they stay in, now the stakes have doubled. And it's this really interesting mind game where you're trying to get into their head and bluff them, maybe get them to retreat when they shouldn't, and get a few extra cubes which go to your rank.
So what was the most difficult thing during the development? So you say you have one eureka moment after the other, but I think game development is not always eureka. You always have some depression moments.
Of course.
What was the most difficult one?
So the core gameplay came together very quickly. We immediately knew we had something really special. It's super easy, super fun, super deep. The hard parts is building a progression system, right? Because in a normal collectible card game, you have hundreds, thousands of cards. You just sell booster packs, right? Most of the cards are junk, right? You just wouldn't
so many spare cards.
Yeah, right. You need multiple copies. And there are a bunch of commons you never play with. But Marvel Snap doesn't have hundreds of cards, right? It's got like a very small number of cards. Like we launched with about 150 cards. So we can't do booster packs, right? That's just not an option. So what could we do? Well, we also can't sell power like games like Clash Royale could do, right? Because once you get high numbers, the math gets really hard, right? It's very easy to play Marvel Snap. Oh, I need 2 more power here to beat him. But if it was like, I have 617 power, he's got 942 power, how much power do I need? It starts that. So there's no analog for how we could make a game with great meta progression where you could earn the cards over time. We had to invent all that stuff from scratch. And it was so challenging. But I think we ended up in a place that feels great. Everybody has a unique collection. You get to slowly collect the cards over time. It feels great to play free to play. and it's been really working, but it was incredibly challenging.
I can imagine, yeah. And how, like, if you develop a new card, what do you think about first? Like, is the ability first, or do you take the character and think around it? Like, how's the process?
Yes. So in the card game industry, we call that either top down, where you start with the arts and the logo, and then go down to the ability, or bottom up, where you start with the ability and then figure out what card it should go on, right? And we do both. So sometimes we're like, okay, Wolverine has got to be a card.
Yeah.
Well, what should he do? And then we have like a brainstorming session where we think about okay, he's good at like destroying fools, but he's also got this healing factor, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we can lean into that. Nightcrawler, he could bamf and teleport to the location. So in Marvel Snap, you can move him to a different location once per game. He goes poof, and arrive there. So we really lean into what their unique powers are. And sometimes we have a deck we really want to enable, right? So like one of the card types in Marvel Snap are like villains, and sometimes they're really powerful, but they hurt your other cards. And so if you could like get rid of the abilities that was hurting you, that'd be great. So we said, okay, we want to make a card that removes abilities from another card. So we wrote the text, and then I would flip through the Marvel encyclopedia, like page by page by page, until I found a character who has power nullification abilities. And I was like, that's it, Zero's going in. No one's ever heard of this guy, but he's a card in Marvel Snap now. So we do both things. We start from the flavor, and sometimes we start from the ability and find the perfect match for it.
Nice. I imagine this must be so fun.
It's very fun.
I think
love that.
So brainstorming sessions must be really fun. But which card was the most fun to develop? Which was so you said, okay, I went with the guys to the pub, drank some beer, and said, okay, that's a great idea. I have such a great idea. Listen, blackout, but someone wrote it down.
Yes.
Do you have a story like that?
I have a lot of stories like that. That's like often, game design is just like, I don't know, let's try this. Most of the ideas are bad, right? Like it's not like I have an idea and it's so good. People are like, here's a bad idea, here's a bad idea, here's a bad idea, here's a bad idea. And then it's like we're all inspiring each other, right? And there's the idea, even bad ideas are really helpful at coming up with something
Okay,
good.
which bad idea was a real good idea? Do you have one?
Well, okay, so one of the cards I pitched as a joke, just to get people, thinking. Was a high evolutionary. So we have some cards in the game that don't have any abilities. They're really useful for teaching new players, right? They're very not complicated. They're just like in the starter deck, right? So we have a few cards like that, but one of them is Cyclops.
Yeah.
And people are furious because some people, and I don't understand this, some people love Cyclops, but he's very boring.
He's the leader of X-Men.
Okay, cool, but he's very boring.
He can shoot lasers from his eyes.
Yeah, but he's like...
Can you do that?
So he does nothing in Marvel Snap. But I knew that there's apparently some fans. So we were...
I gotta admit, during the time in kindergarten, I told the Cyclops was one of my favorites.
Okay, all right.
Oh my god.
Everyone was Wolverine, and I was like Cyclops.
It's good that I'm sitting between you right now.
So I was thinking, how do we make a card where people who love Cyclops can play Cyclops and feel good about it? So as a joke, I made a card, high evolutionary. In the movies and the comics, he's responsible for evolution, right? And helping people discover their maximum genetic potential, right? And I was like, well, this could be the place where we make Cyclops realize his Marvel Snap potential.
Yeah, he has no abilities.
Yes, so high evolutionary, if you put them in your deck, all the cards with no abilities unlock their hidden abilities. And so if you play high evolutionary and Cyclops, Cyclops finally gets an incredible ability. So
he can shoot 2 lasers. No?
He's not Biclops.
Okay.
But I pitched it as a joke, and then the team made it happen. It was pretty mind-blowing for me.
Nice. Okay, so you don't like Cyclops, that's for sure. Be honest, what's your favorite card?
Oh, I have a lot of favorite cards, but one of them is Mysterio. So Mysterio is the master of illusion, right? And in Marvel Snap, there's 3 locations, right? You can play left, middle, or right, and you got to win 2 out of 3 to win the game. And it's all about trying to guess where you think your opponent's going to go and faking them out, right? I'm going to go left and middle, and then you're like, the whole time I was going right. So Mysterio, when you play him, he creates 3 potential places where he could be. He creates Mysterio cards, and then your opponent doesn't know which one of them is actually Mysterio until the end of the game. He reveals himself, and so you can do so many creative things with like playing a card, Mysterio here, and your opponent's like, oh, he would never play Mysterio on the right, but they know he's somewhere, and they just have to guess correctly where you think he's going.
Yeah, there's so many mind games in this.
Yes.
Was there any point at a tournament or something that you say, okay, some player had a deck with this combination I couldn't imagine, and he surprised me, or she?
All the time.
All the time.
Well, okay, look, there's a finite number of Marvel Snap people who work on Marvel Snap, development team members, designers, right? There's just a finite number of those people. There is a lot more people playing Marvel Snap every day. There's just no way we're going to come up with every possible combination of cards. And we don't even want to. Part of our job as game designers is not to design all the decks, right? We design really interesting tools, really unique cards that could do really interesting things. And then players combine them in ways that we never thought about. And sometimes we're like, stop the presses. We got to change cards right now. But a lot of times they just create some new exciting deck that we've never heard of before, and then we see it on the data on the back end. We look and we're like, oh my goodness, this is a very good deck. But it surprises us all the time.
Nice.
Yes.
Sorry.
Nice.
Go for it.
Okay. Marvel Snap is now on PC on Steam.
Yeah.
What does it mean for the future of Marvel Snap?
Well, this is a huge moment because it's been on mobile for a long time. It's great on mobile. We're an award-winning game on mobile somehow. It's mind-blowing to me. It's like people love it on mobile. But
it's great.
My heritage is all PC. I came from a PC background. I worked on PC for many years. So to see the game finally come back to PC and people are loving it. We were #1 on Twitch. It's great for streaming the game. It looks fantastic on a widescreen. It feels like it always belonged on PC as well. And now you can play it, your account is shared across all platforms. You can play it any way you want to. It's so much fun to play on PC.
Sam?
Just play it always day and night. Yeah. Perfect. On all platforms.
You don't have to worry about your phone's battery anymore.
That's right. And on PC, you have widescreen now.
Yes.
I'm using widescreen. I thought, perfect. Because at the beginning, it was just horizontal.
Yes, it was
like on a phone, but now you have a widescreen.
It's native on PC now.
It looks much
great.
better. So if I like to stream it looks much better.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. And right now, if you log in on Steam, you get one card as a gift, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's totally free. You get the Mech Devil Dino, who you saw in the trailer. That's the card. It's a variant of that card that you get right away just for logging in on Steam. And he's super powerful. So
what does he do?
So he gets a bonus for every card that you have in your hand. So there's a lot of cards that can add some more cards to your hand. For example, Sentinels is a card that every time you play Sentinels, more Sentinels come. They just keep coming. They're just like an unending menace. But Sentinels is great with Devil Dino because you can spend your turn, adding cards to your hand. Moon Girl, who in the TV show for Marvel on Disney Plus now, they have a TV show together, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. So Moon Girl in Marvel Snap, she's brilliant in the comics. She's like the smartest Marvel character. So she duplicates your hand. Every card in your hand, she copies it and adds another copy. She's great with Devil Dinosaur because now you can immediately refill your hand, get 2 copies of the cards that you think are best in your hand. You get 2 Devil Dinosaurs. And then, it's just a lot of power. He's very mean.
So, we are here. We are not here just talking about Marvel Snap. We also want to see how to play Marvel Snap.
Love it.
And I think there's so many people here. They want to take the opportunity to play the game here on stage and maybe win one of these boxes. Sam, öffne mal bitte. Was ist darin? Ihr habt die Möglichkeit, jetzt hier gleich bei uns auf der Bühne Marvel Snap zu spielen. Und die Person, die gewonnen hat, kann natürlich so eine Box mit nach Hause bringen. Oder nehmen. Man muss auch sagen, das ist das Nick Fury Spy Kit. Nick Fury
wir haben eine Jacke.
Eine Jacke, ja, schick.
Sehr geil.
Natürlich haben wir auch die passenden Größen, da könnt ihr frei auswählen.
Was haben wir hier?
Hab gehört, es soll heute gewittern oder morgen.
Oh, was geht ab?
Oh, was ist das?
Was ist das? Das sieht ja mega krass aus. Wieso ist da ein Video drin?
Ich glaube, da ist ein Trailer drin. Das ist der Trailer zur neuen Serie.
Es ist komplett heftig. Habe ich noch nie in meinem Leben gesehen, dass in so einem kleinen Pappbüchlein ein Video drin ist. Krass.
Technik.
Bin begeistert. Mann, das ist hier richtig eine Überraschungsbox. Oh, Notizbuch, auch sehr geil. Richtig schön. Wasserflasche, natürlich aus...
Technik. Handy ist wasserdicht. Handy ist wasserdicht,
kein Problem. Ja, ich leg's mal auf zur Seite, ja. Genau, apropos Wasser, Wasserflasche, ne?
Wasserflasche.
Und
Beanie.
noch eine Mütze.
Beanie, ja, schön.
Ich glaube, jetzt habe ich's, oder?
Ja. Das könnt ihr gleich hier alles bei uns gewinnen. Hat
Heftig.
jemand von euch schon Marvel Snap gespielt? Ja, guck mal, wir haben auch schon einige Leute
da haben
hier.
wir doch 2 Gewinner schon mal.
2, 3, haben wir noch mehr Leute? Komm, wir machen hier so einige Runden. Wir wollen hier noch einige Kisten noch an euch verteilen. Es kommt. Also die jetzt sich eben gemeldet haben, gerne zur Seite kommen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ja, komm, braucht doch zu.
Nice.
Seid nicht so schüchtern.
Traut euch. Es gibt tolle Gewinne.
Es gibt tolle Preise. Und ihr könnt hier bei uns auf der Bühne spielen und wir werden das dann natürlich auch moderieren. Wir haben schon einige Decks vorbereitet. Wir haben unter anderem auch ein Deck rausgesucht, das die Twitch Rivals gewonnen hat. Deswegen sollte es kein Problem sein. Also man kann das natürlich auch aussuchen. Sehe ich hier vorne noch jemanden, der spielen möchte? Sehe ich da aber eine Person? Gerne zur Seite kommen und sich melden. Ja. Oh, ich glaube, da hat jemand sein Getränk verschüttet. Das ist keine Meldung gewesen. Okay, du willst auch noch gerne spielen? Du hast es schon gespielt? Du kennst es? Es ist besser, wenn du gewinnst, ne? Du willst doch was mit nach Hause nehmen. Ich verstehe dich nicht.
Ach so, ja, ich kann mal.
Aber es sollte jetzt kein Problem sein.
Ist egal, ich mach mit.
Okay.
Verlierer gewinnen auch.
Ja, okay, komm. He said he hasn't played it yet, but I think it's a great opportunity to show that the game is easy to learn.
Oh yeah, it's so easy to learn.
Easy to learn, how to master.
If any of y'all have not played Marvel Snap, first of all, I'll buy you a copy. Come see me afterwards.
Yeah.
Just kidding, it's totally free. Right now.
Schreib ihn trotzdem an. You can write him. Text him.
And second, yeah, you're just watching just a couple minutes. The intro experience is so short.
Yeah.
You'll get it immediately.
Hey Sam, let's take two more people, but they don't have played it yet. So we have a noob match to show. It's
great.
It's easy.
Ja, ne?
Yeah.
Who wants to try?
Wer will's ausprobieren? Ja, komm. Ja. Und sie da hinten auch noch. Ich glaube, dann haben wir genug. Wir haben dann 4 Leute, die es gespielt haben und 4 Leute, die es nicht gespielt haben.
Dann noch eine Person, oder?
Ich weiß es nicht. Wir müssen mal kurz hier warten. Haben wir genug Leute oder fehlt uns noch eine Person? Wird gerade gecheckt.
Wird gecheckt, wir schauen rein.
Bleibt gespannt, die gibt es in allen Größen. Wir haben XL, wir haben L, alles ist dabei. Oversize ist gerade in, habe ich gehört, deswegen macht euch keine Sorgen, wenn es...
Was?
Okay, wir haben auch schon 2 bereit, lasst uns die mal herholen. Sam, begrüßt du die dann? Du stehst hier schon mit dem Mikrofon, deswegen. Die sind noch ein bisschen schüchtern. They're a little bit shy, but we're coming.
Great, wonderful.
Yeah.
Do I get to keep?
So,
hallo, herzlich willkommen hereinspaziert.
Oh. Applaus. Begrüß sie doch mal. Wen haben wir da am Start?
Warrior.
Hä?
Okay, dann seid ihr bereit?
Ja. Darf ich kurz?
Sorry. Ja.
Mal kurz fragen. Wie heißt du denn?
Pascal.
Pascal. Du hast es schon gespielt?
Ja.
Alles klar. Und du heißt?
Kai.
Kai, hervorragend. Du hast es auch gespielt, oder?
Einmal.
Das reicht vollkommen aus. Ich werde jetzt ein Spiel für euch erstellen. Ihr dürft erstmal gucken, was für ein Deck wollt ihr spielen. Also ich empfehle, es gibt das High Evolution Deck, Twitch Rivals Sieger, ein Zerstörer Deck und ein Reveal Deck. Also sucht es erstmal aus. Sucht euch eins von den 5 aus. Du hast es schon ausgesucht?
Ja.
Und jetzt einmal oben rechts auf Freundschaft. Oben rechts. In der Mitte. Kurz. Alles klar, viel Erfolg.
All right, are we going to shoutcast this game?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, great. All right, so welcome
game.
to Marvel Snap. There's 3 locations. The goal of the game is to win 2 out of 3 locations. Players are playing cards that have power. It's the orange number in the top right corner to one of the 3 locations. if you have more power on your side of the location, you're winning that location. And at the end of turn 6, if you are winning 2 out of 3 of the locations, you win the game. The games are very fast. They're only 6 turns. Neither player has enough energy to play any cards right now.
Yeah.
They drew terrible hands.
So we gotta skip this round.
Yeah, they have 1 energy. You can see that big blue orb. You start with 1 energy, get 1 more every turn. So they don't have any cards to play here on turn 1. Each location has unique abilities. The first one here is Vormir. That's the location where the Soul Stone was in Infinity War, where you have to sacrifice Gamora. So you have to sacrifice your first card there.
Okay.
All right, well, we did get a 2-cost card here for the player on the bottom. So
we got the Collector.
The Collector gets stronger the more cards you add to your hand. So if you play cards that will add cards to your hand.
Oh, he has not enough energy. No.
Yeah, the player on the top.
He got his
terrible draw. Terrible draw. No 1-cost cards, no 2-cost cards, but lots of 3-cost cards. So that cube, that's what's at stake in the game, is the cube, right? The higher the value on the cube, the more rank you're going to win. So we've got the first. Yeah. Oh, he's sacrificing Hulkbuster. Yeah. He's sending Hulkbuster off the cliff in Vormir. It will let him play more cards there in the future. So it gives him some more options. But Hulkbuster's going down. So Forge going to Xandar here. Xandar gives every card there +1 power, and Forge will give the next card he plays +3 power. So it helps you set up a play somewhere else. Goodbye, Hulkbuster.
Why does he sacrifice Hulkbuster?
Well, he doesn't have very many small cards to sacrifice, so he really wanted to play something.
Yeah, he can sacrifice Deadpool.
Killmonger, known in the comics, of course, for just destroying his enemies, and in Marvel Snap, he destroys all 1-cost cards. So, actually, pretty big misplay here. He's got Hood and Killmonger. If you play, Hood's got -2 power. He's not good, but he adds a 6-power demon to your hand. If you play Hood first, then Killmonger, oh, look at that. Then you can destroy Hood. He just played Deadpool. Deadpool doubles his power every time he's destroyed. So sacrificing Deadpool to Vormir is an excellent play. He got a huge double. He would have died anyway from Killmonger, except Killmonger was played to Nowhere, which none of the on-reveal abilities happen in Nowhere. Okay, so we've got...
He got to destroy Viscardius. But he has to destroy Hood because he's losing right now.
Yeah, well, so look, the player on the bottom just did a great play with Deadpool. It's got an 8-power Deadpool. He'd love to kill Deadpool again. He's going to do it with Venom. So Venom destroys all the cards at that location.
Yeah, that's good.
Eats their power. Now Deadpool is going to get eaten. Venom's going to be huge. And Deadpool's going to go back to his hand and double again. He's going to be at 16 power now, which is ridiculous for 1 power card. Now, Black Bolt gets rid of the... discards the lowest cost card in his hand. He played it to Nowhere, so that didn't happen. That was a huge opportunity he missed to get rid of the Deadpool there. So really unfortunate play. We got a Snap, which is again doubling the stakes. So the opponent here could retreat and say, look, I don't want to play for 8 cubes. Let's just play for 2, but he's sticking it out. They're only playing 1 game anyway, I think. So we'll see how this goes. This is the final turn.
16. Yeah, I think he's winning. Yeah,
the player on the bottom won all 3 locations. In the business, we call that a casserole. He's dominated it.
Crazy.
Well done. One of the players is stunned.
Nicht traurig sein. Wir haben gelogen. Du bekommst auch eine Kiste. Also, welche Kiste hättet ihr? Welche Größe bräuchtet ihr?
Ich bräuchte 2 oder 3 XL.
2?
Dann nehme ich das.
Auch mindestens XL. Ja.
Dankeschön.
Danke.
That was fun to watch those guys play. That was...
Oh, sorry.
It was fun to watch them play. One of them definitely had played before, and the other one definitely
that was
learning the game.
Maybe an unfortunate pairing.
It was fun to watch him get his combo off, though. Deadpool is very, very good with a deck that can destroy its 1-cost cards over and over again. He had Killmonger going. He got it to happen. Vormir was a great location for him because he was able to get 1 extra trigger. He also brilliantly used Forge to power up Deadpool. If you're gonna double someone's power a bunch of times, giving it +3 power to start is just way better, because now he's going from instead from a 1-1 to a 1-2 to a 1-4 to a 1-8. He goes straight to 1-4 to 1-8 to 1-16, which is like pretty good.
Yeah, it's really nice how much you can do in like just six rounds. Like,
it's so fast.
It's so
it's
much
so
happening.
fast.
It's so quick and so easy to learn. It's just crazy.
What I love about Marvel Snap is that the locations are different every game. So we saw Vormir, we saw Nowhere, we saw Xandar, but this game is going to be totally different.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to adapt to a totally new strategy on the fly, right? You never know what's coming. All right, have they played before?
I don't know.
Or are these some of the new players?
Those are the new players.
Okay, all right, very exciting.
Ich hab eins.
So the goal as a new player is just to get big numbers, get the highest number you can on 2 out of 3 locations.
Yeah.
You probably won't be able to win all 3. That last game was very uncommon. The casserole, as we call it, is very common. Here we go, turn 1! And once again, there is the Wasp. Okay, so this deck, this top deck here, is running Patriot. Patriot's that card that's third from the top. It says, cards with no abilities get a big power bonus. So the whole point is playing a card like Wasp here, who has no abilities, and then boosting those cards with Patriot.
And she doesn't cost any.
She doesn't cost anything. She's totally free as she flitters around the board. Now, the first location, critical here, it's Mindscape. Mindscape swaps both players' hands on turn 6, the last turn of the game. So you really want to play your good cards early, and you know what your opponent has on the last turn of the game. You could perfectly craft your hand to give them the cards that you think are going to be worst for them and keep the cards that are going to be good for you.
Oh, he's snapping?
He's snapping. Well, they're only playing one game, you know. It's might as well play for high stakes.
It's a match between 2 beginners, so I think it's totally fine.
Yeah. So second location here is Fisk Tower. There's snipers on the roof. Anyone moves to Fisk Tower, boom, they'll be destroyed immediately.
So you want to play a card like Deadpool or something like that, which card is getting assassinated?
That'd be great to move cards over there. Now, Mr. Sinister here, he is the master of cloning. So he will summon an exact clone of himself, whatever power it had, to get an extra copy of it. The extra copy has no powers. Great with Patriot. If you're gonna try and give a boost to all the cards with no powers, now he's got 2 cards with no powers. The Sinister Clone and the Wasp. Patriot, very good right now for the player on the top. Player on the bottom, not drawing well, but it is turn 3. They're both playing the same deck. They both have a Patriot deck. The last location here is Monster Island. We get a 9 power monster for each player. Those don't have any abilities. They'll also be buffed by Patriot. Getting Patriot out, very smart for the player on the top. Player on the bottom is playing Brood. Brood is like Mr. Sinister. It'll summon extra copies. Those copies don't have powers. Another great target for Patriot.
Oh, Scarlet Witch is coming?
Okay, so we got the Scarlet Witch can just change the location. So if you don't want Mindscape to swap your hand, I want to play Scarlet Witch.
I would play on Mindscape because I don't want to swap my hands, because most of the time I'm losing when I'm swapping my hands.
Well, he's playing Scarlet Witch here. He didn't use all of his energy. One of the important things about Marvel Snap is using your energy to its best effect. So he's left 2 energy just unused. He's going to play kind of a weaker card than he could have played. His hand isn't great, so I get it. Oh, here we go. We've got Absorbing Man going down for the player on the bottom here. Absorbing Man absorbs the player's powers, so he will suck up the power from Brood and make 5 power Broodlings. That's a great combination. Now, Mindscape lining up here. It's about to happen. So you will know what your opponent's going to have on the last turn. That's really important information. Legion has reality distortion powers. He makes every location into the one that you play him at. And Silver Surfer is a great play here. I would follow it up. Unfortunately, he's going to give Patriot to his opponent with Mindscape. So we'll see how this goes. Maybe Mindscape will trigger 3 times and trade his hand back.
But let's see what's happened, because on the opponent's side, there's no place. They have no space anymore.
That's right. You only have 4 slots. There's not much space left. It's the final turn. Here goes Mindscape. The first Mindscape triggers swapping their hand. The second Mindscape triggers doing it again, and the third Mindscape's going to do it again. And so Legion has effectively turned one Mindscape into a triple swap. So still really bad for the player on the bottom. The player on top has the Silver Surfer's buffed all of his cards. He's got an extra Patriot now as well.
Okay, what's Iron Lad doing? Because Iron Lad is not like Iron Man. Iron Man is doubling the points, right?
Iron Man doubles the points. Iron Lad copies the top card of your deck. So we got America Chavez coming down for both players. And the player on the bottom, with every slot full, just won the game by winning 2 out of 3 locations. Pretty incredible. They've never played before. That's fun to watch. I forgot halfway through that game that they had neither of those players had ever played a game of Marvel Snap
really balanced.
ever before. And they both played. They played great.
Good, yeah.
They did some great combos. Playing some of those cards with Patriot is really powerful. Playing Silver Surfer, which buffs every 3-cost card, after playing Brood, which creates tons of 3-cost cards, is a really powerful combination. And they pulled it off.
Super nice. Next one's in. Next down.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, next ones.
All right, have they played? But do we know if they've played before?
I try to remember. I think they were the ones who played before.
Okay, I can't wait. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
We'll see how there's some real pros taking it to the mat.
Maybe we should have let you play against the final winner who did.
Oh, I'm down. Yeah, we'll go all the way.
How much do you play?
A lot. It's so much fun. You know, I just love it. It's a great way to relax before bed and win a few games.
It really is.
And I just love the ability to just like, if I'm ever bored, I'm just like, yo, it's time to play some Marvel Snap. You know, it's just always there.
Better than scrolling social media all the time, definitely.
Okay, let's see. What do you get here?
Have they played before?
These are the experienced players.
Okay.
Very experienced player.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the top player is playing what looks like to be an on-reveal deck, which means that a lot of cards will do something when you reveal them, because normally turns are played simultaneously, right? So both players are thinking about what they want to do at the same time, and they're going to reveal their choices to each other at the same time. So on-reveal effects happen when you reveal the card. So Hawkeye going down here at the Quantum Realm. The Quantum Realm sets every card that's been played there to 2 power. So you don't want to play big cards there.
Oh, good predicted, good predicted.
Oh, and
that's Star-Lord.
So Forge actually gets a little buff from going to Quantum Realm. And Star-Lord gets a huge benefit if you guess where they're going to play that turn. You're playing at the same time, so guessing correctly is enormous. So just crushing it at the left location here for the player on the top. So Brood going into Los Diablos base. That location will, at the end of turn 3, destroy one of the other locations, change it into a destroyed location, so it won't have any power. So maybe Quantum Realm will get turned off here, we'll find out. Medusa gets a bonus if you play her to the middle location, so very smart to play her to the middle location there. And Brood summoning a bunch of Broodlings. Forge into Brood is an incredible combination. It gives Brood +3 power, and then the Broodlings it summons also have +3 power. You get a really big bonus out of doing that. So the Punisher gets more power the more enemies he's facing off against. It gets even stronger. So he's going down here to face those enemies on the left. Now look what we're seeing. One player is up 15-0. So the other player has a choice right now. Do I want to keep fighting for that location or just give it up and try and win the other 2? It looks like he's just giving up on that location, which makes sense.
What happened to the mid? Scarlet Witch was played, and that's in a new,
so
new location. What is the new location?
That's Necrosha. Necrosha gives all cards there -2 power. That's terrible for the player on the bottom. There's 4 cards there, right? So that's -2 times 4 is -8. So that's really not great for that player. We do have... It's already turn 6, it's the final turn. So look, they're locked out. They can't play any more cards in the middle. They already have 4 cards there. So they were able to play a lot of cards to that location. Mr. Fantastic has stretchy arms. He can reach adjacent locations. Kitty Pryde been bumping up and down. And then Colossus can never have his power reduced. But he lost by just 1 in the middle. Very close game.
Very close.
These guys were playing quick.
Yeah.
They were zipping through. That was...
yeah, experienced players.
Yeah.
We saw it. Very nice. A question I have is, like, do you know how many cards are in the game right now?
Oh,
like
I don't know.
number?
We launched it around 150, but every week we launch a new card, which is like the fastest pace of any card game I think ever made, basically. And every week it's like a really interesting new card that changes what decks people are playing and gives you new opportunities to
keep
try
everyone on their toes.
Yeah.
So it never gets boring.
Yeah. So you know, 50 weeks from launch we'll have 200 cards or something.
That's nice. And they're also unique and cool, so...
so we're just launching some of our coolest cards ever. Like just recently, we launched some of the best cards we've ever made, some of the most fun cards. One of my favorites is Jeff the Baby Land Shark.
Yeah.
Jeff the Baby Land Shark, he's a land shark, right? He could go in the sea, he could go on land. So in Marvel Snap, you could just play him anywhere you want to. Even if other cards say you can't play here, Jeff's like, nah, dog, I'm going in.
I'll go there.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, he's so good.
Nice.
Really fun. I believe, are these also new players?
Yeah.
All right, well,
no, I don't know. I can't remember.
It's fine. We'll pretend. We'll pretend they're new and be astonished when they're not.
Yeah.
Shocked.
Good plan. No, I think. No, we already had 4 experienced, right? Then those ones must be new too.
We had some new players earlier too.
Yeah. Ready, set, go.
Oh yeah, here we go. They're in the game. Terrible draw. Oh no, we got it. We've saved it. There's a 1 cost for each player. Okay. Isle of Silence is the first location there. Ongoing effects don't work there. So
they told me they're experienced players. So let's see what we're gonna do.
Oh, they're experienced. Oh, very nice.
I think the great thing about Marvel Snap is if you have the same deck, it's not the same match every time because every time the location could be different. And I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, every single time you play Marvel Snap, you have to adapt your strategy to what's happening on the board with the location.
And you have over 100 or how many locations?
Oh, over 100, yeah. And we launch new ones every month.
Every month.
Okay, so the Hood is one of my favorite cards. It has -3 power. Terrible. Yeah. Terrible. But it adds a 6 power demon to your hand. He's also got the Collector, who gets stronger every time you add cards to your hand. So the deck is focused around adding cards to your hand. Now, he could maybe find a way to destroy the Hood. Oh, interesting. He's playing Colossus to the Isle of Silence. I think he's just doing that to get the bonus for Hawkeye. Hawkeye gets a bonus if you play a card there next turn. If you follow it up, it makes your deck more predictable. But unfortunately, Colossus power will get removed because the Isle of Silence removes all ongoing powers. So normally indestructible, fully destructible.
Oh.
Wow!
New
that is
cards?
the Triskelion. That adds random cards to your hand until your hand's full. So good with the Collector. Normally the Collector, you have to play cards in order to add cards to your hand to buff him. But he got a huge bonus thanks to the Triskelion. Clintar is the location in the middle. That's going to merge all, that's the home of the symbiotes in Marvel. It's going to merge all the cards there into a single symbiote. That's going to be a much better play for the Kingpin player. And he's got, whoever's playing the player on the top is in a much better position, I think, because of the Collector and Big Kingpin. Okay. Huge play for the player on the top. He's playing Star-Lord. If he guesses correctly where his opponent's going to play, that's an enormous boost here. But as we can see, he has not guessed correctly. That's great for the player on the bottom. Morbius, not a great play, actually, because that's a card that only gets a bonus once for every card you've discarded. And there hasn't been any discards. So we're seeing just a 0 power card. It's just taking one of the slots. Yeah. It's just, it's giving you less flexibility later. You only get 4 slots per location. So you got to use those to play the best 4 cards that you think you're going to be able to do. Here's White Tiger going down. White Tiger summons a 7 power card somewhere else.
Yeah, it's random, right?
It's random. Which of the other 2 locations is going to be? So it's going to give the tie in the middle, and then probably take the win somewhere else. The Beast is a really interesting card. It returns all the other cards you've played to your hand. That'll trigger the Collector. It'll also get rid of Hood. It'll get Hood off the table, and potentially you play it again to get the Demon again. Although it's the last turn next turn, so you won't have time.
What's gonna happen?
Won't have time to get the Hood going.
Oh, you played Beast.
Here's White Tiger going right, so not enough to win that location. Okay, it's very close. They're both tied in the middle. one of them is winning each of the other 2 locations. So they've got to win 2 out of 3 to win the game. It all comes down to, can they find a way to win 2 out of 3? Hood costs 0, so definitely play the hood. That's the smart thing to do. They could have played collector first, actually, to get the bonus from the hood. I think that's a misplay. That's comes with experience, is ordering the cards correctly. So you play collector first, then the hood to buff it. They've got a couple options. There's the snap, playing stature to the left. Ultron summons Ultron bots.
Yeah.
It fills every other location with 1 power bot.
So it's a great final card.
Yes, it could be the difference here. It's going to get the tie at the right location. If they end up tied, the tiebreaker goes to whoever has the most total points, and it's going to be the player on the top.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Oh no, it's an exact tie.
It's a tie.
That's unbelievable. That almost never happens. That's incredibly rare. That's like a less than 0.1% time of the time. That's incredible. Wow.
We had so many different games, like everything was different.
Wow!
One.
Just
Crazy.
one different play there. If the Star-Lord had caught the right card, that would have been the game, right? Instead of playing Morbius, if one other card had been played, that would have been the game. That's how tight these games could be, right? There's not that many points on the board. Getting the difference between, you know, an exact tie and winning by 1 at one location could be huge.
So how's your winning streak when you play? Like you must be pretty good, I guess. But like the game is so ever changing and fast, so you also still learn everything new when you play, right?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely make a lot of mistakes myself.
Oh.
But you know, I've had the benefit of playing this game now for 5 years, right? I've been playing since we started working on it. So even though the game is not very old, I'm like, I'm probably one of the most experienced players.
Yeah, I would guess so too, yeah, sure. But it's good to know that even you can be challenged by it still.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we keep adding new things. And there's always new decks and strategies to try. Welcome back.
I found some boxes in my backyard.
Oh,
so
great.
I guess we have time for another match.
Wonderful!
Yeah! Wer würde gerne nochmal spielen? Also, wer will wirklich spielen und wer will nicht einfach nur eine Box mit nach Hause nehmen? Okay, wer hat schon mal gespielt? Hast du es wirklich schon mal gespielt? Ja, komm mal zur Seite und du da vorne, komm.
Now they know how to play. Before they were like, I don't know. But now they're like, oh yeah, that was easy, let's go.
Ja, bevor wir hier gleich noch weitermachen.
And they want the box.
Möchte ich noch erwähnen. You have Twitch drops right now,
yes, right now.
From now, I think 22nd to 29th.
That's right, yeah.
You get Twitch drops. What you gonna get if you watch Marvel Snap on Twitch?
Oh yeah, so every 2 hours you watch, you get honestly an incredible reward. You get a really powerful card with a really unique variant and a bunch of credits and other kind of currencies in the game and a really cool avatar and a title. So every time you match up, it shows your title underneath your name, and there are a bunch of like streaming related titles, like I'm an influencer or I'm streaming this live or whatever. So they're kind of fun titles to show off.
So there are so many things you can get if you play Marvel Snap or watch Marvel Snap right now. So if you watch Marvel Snap on Twitch, you get drops.
Yes.
If you log in on Steam, you get the dinosaur, right? The dinosaur right there on the booth.
Yep.
Mech Devil dinosaur.
Yes, that's right. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
you might as well do it now because they're limited time, right? So you should, if you watch a Twitch stream, I mean, there's a ton of people streaming Marvel Snap right now, and then log into Steam. You might as well. It's free, so there's like no reason not to do it.
And a great opportunity to take a photo over there at your booth. I can see it right here. It's pretty good. Also wenn ihr die Möglichkeit habt, schaut auch gerne bei Marvel Snap da am Stand vorbei. Da ist nochmal der große Dinosaurier. Und da werden Sam und ich morgen auch nochmal vorbeischauen. Und vielleicht finden wir ja irgendwo noch hinten ein paar Kisten, die wir verteilen werden. Maybe we will give our community some
find some more boxes.
More boxes. Great. Maybe. Yeah, we'll see. And we got our opponents over there. Let me check them.
All right.
Let's go.
They were immediate volunteers. So I sense a lot of confidence.
So
I sense a lot of confidence from them.
Yeah.
We'll see how that translates to in-game
Maybe
behavior.
Too overconfident for never playing it before. But I mean, at least after this show, you have new people that are into the game, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so, because it is a lot of fun. I think people would really enjoy it. I wonder what metrics they're using to decide what decks to play. They have a lot of options here.
They do. Like, do you have how do you say? Like, there are already decks in the game when you started, right?
You start with a starter deck, but these accounts have been pre-prepared with some interesting decks. We'll see what decks that they have chosen. Here we go.
Okay, our opponents are ready. They are experienced players.
Experienced players. Well, the hands are reasonably good. They don't have any one-cost cards. The first location is the sewer system. Cards don't like being in the sewer. They get -1 power for every card that's been played there. Oh, Wakandan Embassy. Every card in their hands gets +2 power. The cards that they've already drawn have gotten a little bit stronger. So now we've got Forge going down for the top player. That's going to buff his next card. He doesn't have a good card to follow that up with. It's not great right now. He's hoping to draw Brood or Silver Surfer. Medusa going down for the player on the bottom. That's good. It's better than Forge right now. The Bifrost will move every card to the right after turn 4. So
you can play Colossus in this sewer, right? Because the minus effect doesn't.
Oh yeah, that's a great play. You're right. Actually, nothing can mess with Colossus. So you can't reduce his power. You can't destroy him. So playing Colossus.
Playing Sentinel.
Yeah, it's look. Playing Sentinel could be good because you always want more Sentinels. Also, the Bifrost normally would move cards to the right. It would never move Colossus. You can't mess with Colossus. So Silver Surfer, unfortunately, not doing anything at all because it only affects 3-cost cards. He hasn't played any 3-cost cards yet. So this is turn 4. After this turn, everything's moving 1 location to the right. You have to play knowing what's going to happen. Now, the player with Scarlet Witch has a reality control power. She can change one of the locations.
He's playing Colossus in the mid. I think Colossus on the left side would be great.
You're right. Although
he's Scarlet. Okay, Scarlet Witch.
Oh, it's Limbo. Limbo turns a 6-turn game into a 7-turn game. So we're going to see the longest game of Marvel Snap you've ever seen, maybe 4 minutes. We'll see how it goes. All right, so there's the Bifrost. They've all slid right. The bottom player's winning, but they've used way more cards to do it. They only have 1 more card they can play to the middle location, right? So that's, and if they play it, they're locking themselves out. They have 3 turns left to play. You really don't want to get locked out, because if you do, your opponent knows exactly what you can do there. They know exactly how to beat you, exactly how many power they can play. So this is going to be tricky. White Tiger, a little bit of a liability here, because it could block you at one of those locations, right? By spawning the Tiger randomly at the place you don't want it. Gamora playing. Missed with the Gamora. Gamora gets a huge boost if you guess right. Legion. Oh my goodness.
What happened?
So Legion makes every location the same. So now they're all Wakandan Embassy. Instead of a 7-turn game, it's going to be a 6-turn game. We've wiped out Limbo. Back to a 6-turn game, and every location gave every card in the hand +2 power. So now the cards that are still in the hand have a lot more power. That's incredible with Mr. Sinister. Makes a copy of himself. He would get 2 6-cost cards. He's not playing Mr. Sinister. And he could have copied Mr. Sinister's power with Absorbing Man. That would have been an incredible play. That would have been a game-breaking play right there. Instead, we're going to see an unfortunate Blue Marble, which gives all your other cards +1 power. They had the power. They had the cards. They could have done it. And instead, they go down 2 locations to 1.
Oh.
So close.
Great.
Nice one as well. So could you tell us some more about like your favorite decks? Do you have like a preferred strategy?
So in general, I like being an enormous jerk. So I play cards that will make it hard for my opponent to do stuff. So I play cards like Green Goblin. Green Goblin has -3 power, but when you play him, he goes on his little jets and he flies over and lands on your opponent's side, giving them -3 power. So now they have 1 less slot and negative power. And it's just very mean, especially if you could take the last. It's risky, but if you could take the last slot, they can't even play any more cards there, and that's just rude. I love playing Professor X. Professor X, if you watch the movie Logan, the Marvel movie, which is just incredible, he has a scene where he just he's an incredible telepath, the greatest telepath. He just stops time everywhere around him. Everyone's just they can't move. In Marvel Snap, he puts a bubble up. Nobody can mess with that location. He locks it down. It's just done.
Do you think Cyclops could shoot?
No.
Okay.
And I love playing Professor X is if you guess right, boom, you're winning that location. That's huge. But if you guess wrong and they play a card there that same turn, you just screwed yourself. So it's a high risk, but I love playing him.
Hey Ben, our time's up, but please, let's recap everything about Marvel Snap. Marvel Snap, CCJ card collector games for mobile, for Steam now with widescreen support. You can watch Marvel Snap now on Twitch and get drops. You can log in if you have already an account on Steam and get a card. You are still here. You love Curryverse. Thank you very much. It was great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Nochmal
Thank you so much, everybody.
Ben Brode. So. Dankeschön, dass ihr alle hier gewesen seid. Dankeschön an die ganzen Leute, die hier mitgemacht haben und gezeigt haben, wie schnell dieses Spiel funktioniert. Es ist einfach zu erlernen und es ist schwierig zu meistern. Es macht sehr viel Spaß. Deswegen, ich kann es euch allen nur empfehlen, das mal zu spielen. Guckt doch mal beim Marvel Snap Stand da vorbei. Sam und ich werden morgen da auch noch mal sein und vielleicht noch hier oder da die andere Kiste verteilen. Jetzt geht es erstmal weiter mit der Recap-Show. Für mich ist es noch nicht vorbei. Für euch hoffentlich auch noch nicht, denn die Gamescom hat heute begonnen. Wir sind noch einige Tage hier. Habt eine gute Zeit. Dankeschön, Leute hier. Dankeschön, die Leute da draußen. Dankeschön an die Leute von Marvel Snap und natürlich die Leute hinter den Kulissen in der Regie. Wir sehen uns gleich wieder. Bis bald.